titled this one. Why? Well, my personal time is in reflection of consequences of actions, consequences of inactions, perhaps in a sense one could interpret. Um, and Understanding, overstanding, understanding the consequences, the causality, the rationalizations, the justifications, the feelings involved, and your reality versus what other people see of you in their reality. This is the thing that can make the people that walk our discipline different, right? It's there's a manner of composure, there's a manner of acceptance, there's a manner of anger within the composure and the acceptance, right? The anger is there. Why? Because something is in interference with your will. I said this before. Gods of war are gods of will, right? Ares is the god of will. Mars is the god of will. It is willpower. War is just a consequence of resistance to willpower. And it is the resistance to willpower which is one of the most empowered qualities of the will, thus the war. And why, as a deity, we prefer to say war, right? The coming into battle of things. And there's a march. There's a sense of a march with Ares. March. And that's a month. Ain't that funny? That sounds like Mars. Mars. March. Symbolic Studies does an excellent job with this breakdown, and that's also understood by everybody in network like Chance Gardner and Interverse podcasts, so on and so forth. Shout out Slick Dissident too. So, my willpower is to directly put all of my effort into my best performance of what I have to do. I'm given orders, and I want to execute those orders flawlessly and complete them. And I like to rise to challenging myself. I don't like to say no to something that sounds like something I can't do. Every story you've ever watched where the guy says, no, I can't do that, it's just like, it's always better to be the one who, rose to the occasion. You fail, and obviously you need to be, your failure has to be addressed. It has to be acknowledged. But also, who that person is who failed has to be acknowledged. And I wasn't being acknowledged on Friday last week. It's been a week now. Last week is when I was sent home, which began the course of events of my official termination on Monday. And I was sent home because my boss was showing me what a bad job I did, asking me why I did a bad job, and me giving him my honest thing of the situation and feeling bad that I didn't do well. He's not acknowledging that I already feel bad, and he needs to run around and make sure I feel bad, instead of telling me anything constructive about how I messed up, and this is at like 8:15 in the dawn. You know, the day has just started for everybody. It was the day, you know, the store was closed the prior day. So this is, you know, after a day of it sitting there. And this was an evaluation of the job that had nothing to do with an evaluation of me. It was an insult to me as a person trying to do work over a task that I did not want to complain. Said, well, that sounds like a lot for 6 hours under these staff circumstances. But my assumption was, with a huge list like that, is that we're used to shit not getting done by the end of the day, because half of it is for fucking busy work that isn't immediately needed. And you're also making sacrifices because you're understaffed and you're leaving me in charge, who's never officially been in charge. And I am, you know, so I'm just like, oh, okay. Because he wants me to sit here and take verbal abuse, because he knows that if I refuse his verbal abuse, that he gets to write me up. And he knows that writing me up is my last write-up, because the manager can fire me and leaves that up to her to do. And feeling where I was at, I said, like, it's very likely she's going to fire me. I have not been on my A game lately. And she was there when I was doing the job that he's screaming about. So I am sure they're in accord, and I'm not going to fight it. I'm back, you remember me? By the way, what we talking about? Oh, I'm talking about me reflecting on my personal responsibility in the course of events of me getting fired, as kind of a open discussion for you guys, because I think I've seen a lot of people handle getting fired in various different ways. And I want to talk about it in a way for all people that get fired in such a way, and talk about growth through the process. I made a choice that put me in the position of being fired because I was holding up to my dignity for what I was doing. I said, no, what I did with full honor and dignity. I will not let this person put me down because he wants to put my work down. And after I've already told him I'm on the down, I feel bad, I care about this job and position, this was really tough. It was really tough. It's like, yeah, it's really tough. You see what it is when people depend on you and da-da-da-da-da. Like, holy fucking shit, you think I have no fucking empathy? Is this, what the fuck? What the fuck you to talk to me like that? Me, who's always, like, shown, like, my whatever to do that, right? I mean, I also show, you know, that, like, no, I need some me time, or whatever, or no, I can't do it that way. It's just, right? So, this is a setup, because one boss who counts doesn't like me, and his flaws are perfectly acceptable to the company. My flaws, I guess by this point I am not supposed to have anymore, right? So thus, termination. And I got no problem with the company at all, I just got a problem with him. And the company's got to do what it's got to do. And honestly, it all felt right. I'm just in that influx area where the heart thumps a little bit. It's just like the next paycheck. Oh my God. What happens when the money runs out, right? think I got it taken care of. I think I'll be okay. I think I know how to cut on problems, etc., etc. I will not drown myself out. I'll be back on my feet. I'm extremely motivated, talented, much more capable of getting up at dawn than I was 4 years ago. So, you got a whole posture. You know, you can't hide your feelings. I mean, some people can. Some people naturally, I guess, can. But if it's not natural for you to hide your feelings, then don't. But you do have to control your feelings. You don't have to hide them, but you do have to control them. Right? It's we hide our feelings because the face is a very interesting thing. There's a lecture on YouTube that I can't remember who did it. I think it was James True, talking about the face. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that one, because of the way different facial expressions do things, right? And it's part of how James has developed his talent to like read a person, right? James is very talented at reading a person. It's what has brought him through all of his curations. Me, I can read a person, but I also give people a lot of benefit of the doubt because I care about people. Maybe a small narcissist in me says they need me. And of course that comes from a desire to be needed, right? But that's all fucking human. When is it human and when is it fucking narcissist? I mean, come the fuck on. Perhaps it's a poor choice of words, but it's all just being about honest with your feelings. You know, that's why we have to talk the way that we do, because words are incredibly deceiving. It takes a longer statement to make sure you draw the right context into a word, so it reveals the feeling that you intended behind the speaking of the word. We don't mean to hide our feelings through the word, but we've lost psychic connection ever since probably the end of the age of Gemini, which was right around the process of a much, much, much earlier reset. Is that Mankind from WWE? Mankind wasn't in Evolution. Now, if you want to say that I don't look anything like Triple H, fine. But, come on. Come the fuck on. And I'm in Stamford, by the way. So don't fucking talk to me about wrestling. I'm in Stamford. Fuck you. Wrestling headquarters is literally, oh my god. While we're talking, oh shit, where are we here? Oh, in focus. There it is. There's WWE. Came right up on it. Everybody wave hi to Vince and Linda. Hi, Vince. Hey, Linda. Hey, Trips. Steph. How you doing, Steph? I don't know any of these people, really. Well, actually, I do know Linda. That's what's funny. And I have met Hunter. I have met Mr. Levesque. And I know that I saw Shane once in a store way back in the early 2000s. I did run into Vince at a movie theater once, but we didn't really talk. It was just kind of like eye contact and a nod. It's like, ooh, it's the guy who runs the show. You know, it was all whatever. He seemed to be like with kids or something. He was doing something with like, I don't know, it must have been like maybe fucking like nephews and nieces or something, because you know, he doesn't have young children. But yeah, this is a very interesting place. And sometimes those moments from my early adulthood almost, they almost want you to stick around, right? It's just like, I might get recognized just walking down the street and somebody gives me an awesome, cool position you know, an exciting thing for me to enjoy and make money and, you know, and meet chicks or something. You know, have the life. But anyway, part of the process, right? It's that, you know, it's just like for me, the fighting is over when he decides what he wants to do, right? I was arguing with him about like, okay, man, I get it. Like, I'm basically telling him, okay, let's get to like fixing all of my stupid fucking problems. Let's get on with that. But no, he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do anything productive with our time and the company's time. He just wanted to hurt my feelings. So I stood there and I said, no more of this. No more of this. And so that's why he wrote me up. And when he went to go, that's it, I'm writing you up. I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, you're writing me up. And from there, I just kept my mouth shut. Just like, good, go do it. Right? Wasn't angry about a goddamn thing. Motherfucker, like, afterwards said, okay, the boss said, you know, to send you home, but do you want to stay until, like, noon? I'll pretend I didn't get the text. What a skeevy motherfucker. It's like, no, I think I'll leave. Fucking, it's just like, I'm fighting with you. Right? Oh, you didn't want me to go home. You expected me to fucking take that abuse and then fucking work 2 more fucking hours for you? I didn't like say that. But internally, I was just like, I'm not going to say that, but the answer's no. And I told him no. I said, no, I'll just go home. It's like, whatever. And that's significant, right? That's $36. I turned down $36 for my own dignity. Okay? So, just remember that. And it can be tough. You know, the world wants to threaten you with a bad economy. And that's why people don't quit their job, because it's a bad economy. And they know they're in a market that doesn't have a lot of leg room. And I'm still in that situation myself. There will be more leg room to come because my talent is growing. I'll catch you guys later.